You know you need to be engaging frequently in order to grow on Instagram, but you might not be sure exactly how to do it. You might even find yourself mindlessly scrolling when you know you should be actively interacting. Today, I'm gonna show you how to make the most out of a short amount of time to engage. This is gonna take you less than 10 minutes every day, and I can promise you, you are definitely going to see an increase in your engagement and the growth of your followers when you start implementing this method every single day. Hey, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, my name is Katie, and here on YouTube, I love to share all of my best social media marketing and creative entrepreneurship tips and advice. So here are 5 things that you can be doing every single day in only 10 minutes to grow your engagement on Instagram. Let's get started. Number 1 is replying to every single comment. This could probably go without saying, but it is so important that you're engaging with the people that are taking time out of their day to engage with you. This is also the easiest way to start with engagement because the people have come to you, the content is there, and all you have to do is respond to it. I would definitely encourage you every time you post a photo to try to be responsive, at least in the first 30 minutes. I know it's a lot of time to be dedicating to sitting by the phone and waiting for comments, but it is pretty important that people who comment right away get a response because you might be able to start up a conversation, which is just gonna help your engagement rate and build your relationships with your followers. Aside from the immediate response though to your post, people, because of the algorithm, are gonna keep seeing your photo even after it's been posted for a few hours, maybe even a day or two. So because of that, I would recommend going in every day and looking at your recent comments on maybe your last 2 or 3 posts and finding the ones that you haven't replied to yet and respond to them. If you aren't doing this, you are really leaving a lot of potential engagement on the table because, like I said, it's just so easy. The rest of these methods are gonna take a little bit more time, not much time though, like I said, less than 10 minutes. These people have already come to you. They literally are notifications in your inbox, so it's so easy to go and just respond to every single comment. And if you can, try to get to know the people that are leaving comments, recognize their usernames, know their story, and it'll help you engage with them on a deeper level and serve them on a deeper level, potentially with freebies, services, whatever else you've got going on with your business or brand. Number 2, say hello to any new followers you have. This is something that I love to do every day. In the 10 minutes that you've dedicated to your engagement, hop over to your notifications tab and just scroll through and look for that little follow button. If you see the follow button on the right-hand side, that means somebody has followed you and Instagram is giving you the option to follow them back. You don't have to follow them back. In fact, I'm gonna make a video all about this coming up that is gonna discuss when is the right time to follow back and when you don't need to do that and when it might actually be not to your advantage to follow people back. Let me know in the comments if you're interested in that video and make sure you hit the subscribe button so you don't miss it when I do publish it. It should be coming out in the next week or 2. That being said, you definitely want to reach out and say hello to these new followers. Something you can do is just tap on their username. When you get to their profile, press the message button. And what I like to do is record a voice note or a video introducing myself and inviting them to ask any questions that they have. So I might say, hey, I'm Katie. It's really great to meet you. If you ever have any questions about social media marketing or creative entrepreneurship, please just send me a DM. I always love having conversations here on Instagram, and it's lovely to meet you, so have a great day. This is the kind of thing that you can replicate with each of your new followers. The thing that's really awesome about this is not only does it build a really strong connection and a relationship with your followers, but it also signals to Instagram that you and that person, that user, have a relationship. Instagram is always trying to show you whatever content is going to keep you on the app longer. And with their machine learning and their algorithm, they've identified that if you are close friends with someone, if you interact with them a lot, then you're more likely to want to see their content, and their content is going to engage you for longer. So if you can let the Instagram algorithm know I'm friends with this person by having a DM conversation with them, maybe liking some of their photos, commenting on some of their photos, that is really going to help build that connection, not only, in real life, that real social bond, but also in the mind of the algorithm. Number 3 is an extension of my last tip, and it's maybe for those of you out there who don't have a lot of stream of new followers every single day. If you're just getting started, maybe it's 1 or 2 people that you can reach out to, not like 10 or 15 or 20 that you might be sending voice messages to. So if you feel like, I've reached my cap, I've already messaged all of my new followers, then what you can do is send a message to the new people that you're following. This is something that I recently came across in the last couple days when somebody who just started following me sent me a DM and said, "Hey Katie, I'm so excited to be learning from your content. I really appreciate the YouTube videos you make. You know, it's just great to connect on here." And then we were kind of having a conversation after that. And I think that's a really smart way to start networking, reaching out to some of the creators or accounts that you admire. And you can also use this method by reaching out and following people that are kind of your peers in your industry, or maybe even your ideal audience, the kind of people that you would want to follow you. You can start building that relationship with them, and even if it doesn't end up with them following you, it can be a really good chance for you to do some market research and figure out what this person likes, what they respond well to, and you can use that information to then further target your ideal audience in other places as well. I would definitely recommend not being spammy with this. It's really nice to reach out and give somebody a compliment. That's always going to be received well. But I would discourage you from jumping into somebody's DMs and just saying, "Hey," or like, "Hey, Katie," because to be honest with you, I'm likely not going to respond to that because it's asking so much effort of the person who is receiving it. If I just send you, "Hey," then you have to think of like, "Oh, well, what would she want me to say back? Like, what am I supposed to contribute to this?" Sometimes I just will respond, "Hi," because I don't know what else to say and I don't know what you're looking for. So I really do think if you're the one reaching out, then the responsibility is on you to determine, where is this conversation going? What is the purpose of it? The person who reached out to me was very smart in doing this because they, gave a compliment, said, "I'm really excited to connect further." And when I responded saying, "Yeah, thank you so much. Like, I really appreciate that. It means a lot to me." And then they said, "I'd really like to connect more with you. Like, what's your favorite part about the work that you do?" And that's a conversation. Now, I might not have time to respond every other minute to messages back and forth, but if somebody asks me a specific question, I'm happy to answer it anytime. Anything that is targeted and direct and I know what my answer is, I will give a response to it. And a lot of other people will respond the same way. So just make sure that you have a specific ask or something that has an easy to respond to part of it, and people are much more likely to actually start that conversation with you, and you can build that connection. Just don't make it vague, and don't make the responsibility on the person that you're reaching out to come up with something to say, because then they're more likely to just not respond because it's too much work. The fourth thing you can do in your 10 minutes of engagement per day on Instagram is browse through the tagged photos of an industry leader in your niche and engage with the people who have tagged that account. I love this method. I've talked about it in a couple other videos on my channel, but I really do think it's worth repeating because it's a super effective way of reaching out to your exact ideal audience. If you know of somebody in your niche or in your industry that is really successful and has a similar target demographic to you, then this is an amazing resource for you because they might not be able to respond to every tagged photo or to every comment because, maybe they have like 1 million followers or something like that. So you can go into their tagged photos and engage with people, comment on their photos, and make sure that you're really responding to what the caption is saying or what the image or the graphic is about. Don't just say "nice pic" or "you look great." Like, it has to be a little bit more so that people actually notice that and are more willing to connect with you. It's all about starting those conversations and building a real relationship, and every real relationship you build adds up to a real and authentic community and audience. So find somebody in your niche that has a lot of followers that probably can't respond to all of the tags that they are getting in a single day. Go through their tagged photos and engage with people who seem like they might be your ideal audience. And I really do think it is a skill and a muscle that you build up over time, identifying who might be a good follower for you. Now, you might say it's kind of like judging a book by its cover or using stereotypes, but I think that if you have a really strong image in your mind of who is your ideal follower, what does she look like, what kind of clothes does she wear, what are her favorite hobbies, where does she live, how old is she, all of those things, all you have to do when you come across somebody on Instagram that you're thinking about engaging with and trying to build that relationship with is ask yourself, does she look like my ideal follower? Maybe you'll even have a name for that ideal user persona or ideal follower, and you can say, does she look like Samantha, or whatever your name is for your user persona. And that will help you judge if this is somebody that's worth trying to foster that relationship with, because if they are like, a 50-year-old dude that lives in Arkansas or something, and that's not really who you're trying to reach, then maybe you won't spend the time trying to create that relationship. That being said, maybe that 50-year-old dude still would be interested in what you're doing. Like, you don't always know because people are complex. People don't fit into these easy boxes. And sometimes you might be marketing towards a very specific person and you might end up attracting people that don't exactly fit into that box. That's totally okay, but you do need to have some kind of direction to figure out who you're going to engage with, because you can't just go and spend your precious 10 minutes of engagement time on everybody and their cousin. It's got to be specific people that are really going to potentially be audience members for you. So it's important to learn who that is and who that isn't. And it's okay. You don't have to get everybody to love you. Okay, now that that marketing sermon is over, let's talk about number 5, which is reaching out to the most recent commenters on your latest post, checking out their profiles and commenting on their posts and liking their posts. This is another really great way to continue to connect with your followers, and similar to what I was saying earlier, is you're signaling to the Instagram algorithm, we're friends, we like to see each other's content, and that is going to help you get your posts in their feed. So what I like to do is go to my most recent post, pick out 5 different people that have commented on my post, and then I'm gonna head over to their account and I'm probably gonna like their most recent 9 photos, just like the top pictures on their feed. And then I'm gonna go to probably their most recent or second most recent photo, whatever one jumps out to me most. And I'm gonna read the caption and I'm gonna leave them a really thoughtful comment, probably encouraging them in their Instagram journey and just giving my, response to whatever that they were looking for a response to. And this is a really great way to just connect with people, further that friendship, and ensure that your posts are going to show up in your followers' feeds, because Instagram knows that you guys are connected. And so they're going to prioritize getting your content in front of them. This is also just a great way to show some love to your followers and let them know that you appreciate their time that they spend commenting and liking on your photos. I really, really do appreciate every single person that leaves a comment, especially because I so often get these amazing comments that are like a paragraph long, and I just love when people take the time to have a thoughtful response to whatever I've put out into the world. And so I love responding back to them and then checking out their profile and commenting on whatever they've put out into the world. And it's just a really great relationship builder and a chance to get to know your ideal audience better. Now, engagement is important for sure on Instagram. The more you engage, it's going to encourage your audience to engage with you more, and it's also going to help you grow more followers. However, engagement is not the most important thing when it comes to running a successful brand on Instagram, and I talk all about that in this video, and it's so important for you to check out. Honestly, I want you to head there right now. Don't even worry about subscribing or hitting the notification bell. Just go and watch this video, because I really think it's going to change how you think about building your brand on Instagram. And I can't wait to see you over there. Thanks so much for watching and have a great day.